All right, here we go. Putting a boot in the football, getting started again. Brand new week here of the Steve Gruber Show. The Steve Gruber Show often results in extended periods of American pride, optimism, and uncontrollable enthusiasm about the future of this country. Kicking off the live broadcast day on Real America's Voice and MTN, reaching a growing global audience. It is the Steve Gruber Show, a no panic zone. Here are three big things you need to know to start this week and this hour. Number one, the chair of the DNC says he cannot do his job because David Hogg, the vice chair, is getting all the attention for his antics and bizarre demands. Number two, ABC News suspends one of its veteran reporters after he goes on an unhinged rant against President Trump and Stephen Miller online. Just more proof of what the media has become. And number three, the National Guard deployed to quell violent riots targeting federal agents trying to do their jobs in greater Los Angeles. President Trump ordering 2,000 National Guard troops to the city of Angels in an effort to quiet the upheaval. Of course, by doing so, he has fueled liberal rage about sending illegal aliens out of the country, especially those that have committed violent crimes here in America. Those are the pals of the left. And by doing so, he's triggered the left with ridiculous attacks about this being unprecedented and so forth, which, of course, is not true. In fact, in 1957, President Dwight David Eisenhower actually took the National Guard thing a step further by removing them from the control of the governor of Arkansas altogether, federalizing the troops to ensure the Little Rock nine black kids were allowed to attend public school there in a previously segregated high school. There really is nothing new under the sun, but the left will lie through its teeth to make you think there is, and it just creates a bigger feud between Governor Gavin Newsom and President Trump, of course. Listen to this. And what we're told is that it's all under control, all this that you're seeing. The riots are under control, wild rioting in the streets, federal officers being attacked. And Gavin Newsom and CNN and MSNBC and the New York Times tell you this is all under control. Look, they're throwing rocks at federal agents. They have Molotov cocktails and, of course, the ubiquitous Mexican flags to wrap themselves in. Not American flags. Mexican flags. I'm going to get back to all of this. I will get back to all of this as it continues to make headlines and continues to get a bit worse. But I want to start with another major feud because nothing good aside from morbid entertainment value about the world's richest man and the world's most powerful man feuding online. It does seem that things are simmering down, though I did just see a brand new post from Elon Musk that I must share with you because I want you to know. He says he was talking about character assassination. Nobody's done more to assassinate my character than me, basically, was the takeaway. But he's been writing a number of tweets. Anyhow, the most powerful man in the world feuding with the richest. Things are simmering down. Like I said, Elon has deleted most, if not all, of his petty, insane tweets against President Trump. And President Trump says he has more important things to focus on than worrying about what Elon Musk is doing. Listen to this.
What's your view on Elon Musk as of today? I mean, have you heard from him at all? Is your
Honestly,
team?
I've been so busy working on China, working on Russia, working on Iran, working on so many. I'm not thinking about Elon. You know, I just wish him well. I don't want to talk about problems. I think that I think the United States had problems, and if you look at the numbers today, the numbers were unbelievable. The numbers were incredible. The numbers that came up today, the stock market went way up. The country's doing really well. Almost, I think, in a very short period of time, you're going to be saying doing better than it's ever done before. We have hundreds of plants coming in, a lot of jobs are being created. That's what happened this morning. You saw the jobs. And the nice part, they're not government jobs. They're jobs of people coming in and doing other things, including the leisure, hotel and leisures. Good stuff. A lot of good things are happening with our country. We're taking in billions of dollars of tariff money. The money is pouring in. And it hasn't even started yet, really, relatively. We're going to have a very successful country very soon. And
seems like a pretty gracious response to someone who accused him of being in cahoots with Jeffrey Epstein, to which, of course, there's no proof. Nothing like that at all. President Trump isn't stupid. He didn't get to where he is today without learning to do what's best in the bigger picture. He's not throwing out the baby with the bathwater. He's decided to stick this one out. Listen.
How do you think his Doge did at the end of the day with the savings that...
Oh, I think it helped us a lot. I think it helped our thinking, and it's not finished at all. We've basically taken it over, and we're doing a job. Many of those people remain with us, and they're going to remain with us. They're very good. It's terrific. We saved, hundreds of billions of dollars. It's terrific, and it's going further. I mean, I'd give you the answer actually at the end of 2 years, because a lot of it is out into the future. But it was a big saving and a good mindset.
Yeah. Doge was and still is very popular with the American people, and that's not going away. That's the good news. The White House needs to continue drafting rescissions packages to claw back those wasted funds that Musk discovered. And in fact, the Supreme Court just granted Doge access to Social Security, so hopefully we'll see some savings there as well. So the important work will go on, but Musk, well, he might have pounded the final nail into his own coffin when he made the insane accusation about Trump regarding Jeffrey Epstein. Let's talk about that for a second. If Donald Trump was in cahoots with Jeffrey Epstein, the Russia hoax, the impeachment trials, the years of lawfare would have all been unnecessary. The Democrats and Biden's Department of Justice could have easily ended his political career in a heartbeat. But instead, they had to conjure up the most ridiculous schemes that failed ultimately, by the way, because they didn't have a hole-in-one like Epstein connections. Even Michael Cohen, who has made a name for himself just by being a rabid Trump hater, says there's just no chance here. Here's the disgraced attorney now.
I think once Elon went so low in terms of talking about Epstein, and if we can stay on that topic for a quick second, look, I have extensive knowledge of Trump, being by his side for almost a decade and a half. Right. Let me dispel all of that notion. While he knew Jeffrey Epstein, and while, yes, he may be in the files in the form of Trump being in the black book, so were hundreds and hundreds of very name-worthy, influential individuals. I have zero knowledge of any relationship between Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, and I would have seen it over the course of
literally, because your prosecution was all about how much you knew, and your testimony to Congress was all about.
And I'm telling you, it's nonsense. It's to the best of my knowledge and everything that I know, it's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. And Cohen has no skin in the game. Nothing to lie about here. He detests Donald Trump. He hates the man. We know the man loves his time in the press, but he hates Donald Trump. But even if Michael Cohen thinks the accusations are outrageous, they got to be bonkers. Yeah. And these allegations were shot down by everybody around the president. There's nothing factual to any of it, as you know. Just the latest attempt by somebody to take down Donald Trump. But why? What happened to Musk? I mean, it's all been taken down now. Just seems... Well, I can't say. BS crazy. You figure it out. All right, welcome to a brand new week. It's all crazy out there. L.A. to Musk and everything in between, but we'll get through it. We'll be all right. I'll be right back. All right, here it is. Here's the tweet. It's outrageous how much character assassination has been directed at me, especially by me. That's from Elon Musk. That's right. It's outrageous how much character assassination has been directed at me, especially by me. J.D. Vance shot down allegations as well, remaining classy as ever. He did that with Theo Vaughn in a podcast. Listen to this.
First of all, I'm the vice president to President Trump. My loyalties are always going to be with the president. Mm-hmm. And I think that Elon, he's an incredible entrepreneur. He's actually done, I think Doge was really good. This sort of effort to root out waste, fraud, and abuse in our country was really good. And look, man, I'm always going to be loyal to the president, and I hope that eventually Elon kind of comes back into the fold. Maybe that's not possible now because he's gone so nuclear.
Yeah. I also think he made an astute observation of what we might call very reasonable frustration on Elon Musk's part with the one big beautiful bill, because it's the same thing. I'm frustrated with the one big beautiful bill with all the spending that is in there. And so here's a bit more. Listen.
Elon's new to politics, right? So his businesses are being attacked nonstop. They're literally like firebombing some of his cars. And by the way, we're looking into a lot of this stuff. I mean, some of that stuff we're looking into is an act of terrorism at the Department of Justice, because I think it is an act of terrorism. So I think part of it is this guy got into politics and has suffered a lot for it. But I mean, and I get the frustration there, and I get the frustration that, I mean, look, Congress, you got the spending bill. But the main purpose of the bill is not actually spending or cutting spending, though it does cut a lot of spending. The main purpose of the bill is to prevent the biggest tax increase. But I understand, like, it's a good bill. It's not a perfect bill. Like, the process in D.C., if you're a business leader, you probably get frustrated with that process because it's more, bureaucratic. It's more slow moving.
Yeah.
So I think there's just some frustrations there. But I really, man, I think it's a huge mistake for him to go after the president like that. And I think that if he and the president are in some blood feud, most importantly, it's going to be bad for the country. But I don't think it's going to be good for Elon either.
It's not good for Elon at all. He's right. It's not good for the country, of course. Democrats jumping at this, hoping to exploit the feud for their own purposes, which is why I think it's a good thing that Trump seems to be putting the hostility to bed. He's putting it aside. As for Elon, he might be changing his mind on the whole bill that started this whole spat off in the first place. Adam Schiff posted a criticism of the bill on X, captioning it, quote, "I can't believe I'm saying this, but Elon Musk is right." Musk responded on the platform, quote, "Few things could convince me to reconsider my position more than Adam Schiff agreeing with me." It's a great point. If Shifty Schiff was right about the tax cuts only benefiting the wealthiest of Americans, don't you think that Musk would have been gung-ho about it in the first place? Maybe, maybe not. Democrats hope that this infighting would boost their popularity with Americans, but frankly, they're still barely above water, especially now that they have to backpedal on their outrageous defense of MS-13 gangbanger Quell Abreu Garcia. All thanks to this incredible revelation out of the Department of Justice. Oh, yeah, listen to this.
The grand jury found that over the past 9 years, Abreu Garcia has played a significant role in an alien smuggling ring. They found this was his full-time job, not a contractor. He was a smuggler of humans and children and women.
That's right. The Democrats' hero is human smuggler Abreu Garcia. They're getting their wish. He's back in the United States now, but also he can serve a prison sentence here because he's going on trial for those very crimes. The grand jury returned the indictment. He will spend the rest of his life in prison here. So there you go. Now the left is hoping we don't remember what they used taxpayer dollars to fly to El Salvador, have margaritas and tacos with a man. Good thing we have the internet. Good thing we have the internet. Watch this.
She especially focused on the idea that Democrats defended Quell Abreu Garcia, even though he, of course, is alleged to have committed these crimes. Do you think that Democrats risk politically playing into the president's hands by focusing on this case?
First of all, I don't know of a single Democrat who defended him. He was falsely arrested and removed from the country. So now they're making up all this stuff about MS-13. Or, let's say he was responsible for the January 6th attack and he coordinated the assault on 140 police officers. They're making up things against a guy who's never been prosecuted, much less convicted of anything criminal.
And, of course, it wasn't just Raskin lying through his teeth. All these Democrat lawmakers tried to bury the evidence that this is a woman-beating MS-13 terrorist and illegal alien. Let me go over that again slowly. Woman-beating MS-13 terrorist and illegal alien. Now we have the grand jury findings to prove it, of course. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, under the leadership of Democrats Mayor Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom, the Sunshine State, as we started with, looks like a third world country under attack as unhinged liberals take to the streets to protest ICE deportations, throwing rocks, bricks, you name it, Molotov cocktails at ICE and FBI vehicles and officers, and the Trump administration not putting up with it, as we said. The National Guard deployed to the area as we keep an eye on this developing story. This is what happens when you advertise your state as a home for illegal aliens, who then riot in the street to allow in more illegal aliens. The Democrats have never been one with a winning strategy for America. Keep in mind, despite 80% of MAGA patriots being frustrated with Elon Musk, you don't see them firebombing just dealerships and keying Teslas. It's the leftist freaks who always resort to violence and rioting in the streets. And like I said, Seems the feud between Trump and Musk is dying down. Democrats have enough problems of their own. They're going to need to find something else to focus on. Maybe they're going to try to figure out how to blame Republicans for what's happening in Los Angeles. Oh, wait. They're already doing that, of course. Are you frustrated about the gridlock in Washington, wondering why Congress can't seem to get things done fast enough? Now there's a way to understand how we got here, what can be done about it. Hillsdale College, and I implore you, try this. Hillsdale College presents a free online course, Congress, How It Worked and Why It Doesn't, taught by Hillsdale's own Dr. Kevin Porteous. This course reveals the original purpose of Congress, how the founders designed it to work, and why today's dysfunction is no accident. It's one of 40 free courses, 40 free courses offered by Hillsdale College. Man, you can go binge watch this stuff and be the smartest person at the get-together this coming weekend. I'm telling you. Gruber for Hillsdale.com. Join thousands who have taken part of these courses. Gruber for Hillsdale.com. I only endorse things that are great. This is great. Gruber for Hillsdale.com. And there's more than 40 to choose from. Enjoy them and give me some feedback. Send me an email.